What's up? Cecily here of Operation Fibroid Freedom. Yes, I am back. And today I'm talking to you all about detoxification. I think it is perfect time to go into this topic. I mean, I've gone into this topic on this page before, right? Let me fix the lighting. All right, lighting is fixed, I would say. And today I want to talk to you about detoxing. One of my mottos, I have a few mottos when it comes to supporting natural fibroid elimination that have served me well over the years. And I do believe they will serve you well. At least they serve my clients well. Those mottos, well, one of them I mentioned on Shorts, YouTube Shorts. And that one was return to nature. So go over to the Shorts and look at the Return to Nature YouTube short. Another motto of mine that I use to ingrain healthier lifestyle habits into my head was always be detoxing, right? And I've talked about that motto a little bit on this page in the past. And I don't know what made me think that just because I talked about it one time, that was it. It was cemented into this YouTube channel and everybody would get that, and it's just you put it out there once and that's it. No, I need to reiterate my main points that help me to see success and actually see the fibroid fall out, see fibroids disappear, right? I'm gonna have to go over some of this content and information often because I'm getting a lot of new followers. A lot of you all are new and just recently joined. And by the way, I want to say thank you for subscribing from the bottom of my heart. To my subscribers that were already here, thank you for subscribing from the bottom of my heart. And I am back here with some more information. So what does always be detoxing mean? Okay. For me, what that stood for back when I decided that it made a lot of sense for how I needed to live my life to support natural fibroid elimination. And that was, I needed to be engaging in habits and actions throughout my daily life that supported this specific action, subject of detoxification, to be happening in my body at all times, or at least pretty close to all of the time. Because, nothing's ever perfect. We still have to factor in inconveniences and factor in that sometimes things won't go our way, right? But we just get back on track, right? And so always be detoxing basically means, in more layman's terms, everything that you're doing and everything that has to do with you and your life. If you're serious and you've made this commitment to yourself, to your future self that is fibroid free, that you will merge with that version of yourself on a higher timeline, that you will do what it takes to support detoxification in every area of your world. That being said, always be detoxing can be written two ways, right? We can write it like this. Let me show you. We can write it like this. Always be detoxing, right? My handwriting. But the second way is writing it like that. All, meaning everything about you and your lifestyle, should support detoxification. Gently, effectively, but most importantly, naturally. Which goes back to my other point that I mentioned, return to nature. See, there's a method to my strategies that I coach you on to shrink fibroids and to stay naturally fibroid free and to boost fertility so that you can go on to achieve your other health goals and live your life and not be obsessed with the subject of fibroids forever and ever and avoid surgery and all this good stuff, right? So let's say always be detoxing means it kind of implies or alludes to time, the element of time. We're always detoxing, right? That means like 24 hours a day. If I'm awake, and I'm doing some activity, it has to be recalibrated to a way, a format, a pattern that is toxin free, that is detox lifestyle friendly. What do I mean by that? I mean, if I'm awake 24 hours a day, some of those hours will be sleep. That just means that I'm going to switch from using a plastic bottle to a glass bottle. Okay. That just means that. That's one example. Another thing about always be detoxing. I'm always auditing my beauty products. This is a very easy one, right? I'm always auditing my cleaning products. I'm auditing everything that I'm using in my house to make sure that it is non-toxic and that it does not contain hormone disrupting chemicals. Anything that applies to me in my lifestyle will be ran through the filter or the lens of detoxification. That's all that really means. All the time. We don't just do it one time. We don't just do it for a half a day. We don't just do it for a half a year, right? Our lifestyle is centered around the subject of detox. When we talk about the 1L, always be detoxing. Always be detoxing. Now, when we say all as in quantity wise, ALL, always, it's every aspect of your existence should be in alignment with the detoxification lifestyle. And they kind of overlap a little bit, right? I know they're kind of confusing. The food that we eat, right? We're going to make healthier choices to stop buying convenience foods, meals of convenience. We're going to make our own because we know that there is the ability to control and actually prevent and protect ourselves from chemicals, agents, fillers, toxic, synthetic, man-made ingredients that can be in foods when they are processed, when they're pre-made, right? That's one way. We're going to audit everything about our lifestyle. It means always. That means our water is filtered. Our hair care products are going to be natural. We may make them ourselves or find somebody else that we know is more of a boutique, handmade hair care products, maybe a smaller business, and we're going to buy them from that person we know and we trust that actually does not use toxic, chemical-laden products to make their shampoos or whatever. Always, meaning we're going to go down every factor of what makes up your everyday life, and you're going to match it up to a more holistic version for whatever it is that you're auditing. A few other examples could be switching your meats, which I highly recommend that you minimize the meat because the more we're eating whole food plant-based, which we'll talk about in a little bit, the more we're covering more than one subject that relates to successfully shrinking fibroids. Okay. But we're baby stepping it here, right? I'm speaking to people, women at every level of the subject. Some women are still very much heavy meat eaters and they are working on weaning themselves off of meat. So your level 1 would be minimizing the meat, minimizing that red meat to 2 times a month max, right? Eliminating pork altogether, right? Only eating red meat, only eating any meat that is organic, eliminating it if it is not. If it says natural, that does not mean organic. We already know about these things. These are some basics. If you don't know the basics, go over to my series called Buy Fibroids with Cecily and just start watching the series of videos there for the basics, okay? But all of your lifestyle, all of the habits, actions, and activities that make up your everyday will be in alignment with detoxification living, detox living. And more specific than that, detox living specific to a woman with uterine fibroids who wants to dissolve them. And that is very different than somebody who is on a detox lifestyle that is supporting reversal of Lyme disease, for example. There will be some things that overlap, but there are also some very specific directions that we will go with the protocol for the different unique situations. So we're speaking very general with the subject of fibroids in mind. So we can talk about always be detoxing, meaning we're always doing it. We're always watching our lifestyle, our habits. We're always watching and auditing our relationships, because it's not just about physical things and that we eat and that we hold. It's also about our mindset, the psychological and emotional well-being of the woman with fibroids, right? It's about your emotions and whether those are balanced, whether you have a good handle on the spiritual aspects of yourself, whether you have done any work in the area of therapy if it's needed, or any work in the area of addressing trauma, childhood trauma, or anything from your childhood that is contributing to negative or stressful situations, or negative memories, or toxic thoughts and that kind of thing. Anything that may be contributing to you not having the most healthy outlook, healthy sense of self and emotional well-being must be addressed, because if it is not, guess what? That also contributes to toxic endocrine disrupting behavior within the endocrine system, within your body's cells. So it's not just physical things, right? We have to think holistically about who and how and what we are, who and how and what we have been doing and where we want to go, and look at yourself as a big, beautiful pie, whatever flavor is your favorite, substitute that in. But you need to make sure that you have all of the areas of the pie addressed in slices. And mindset, your thoughts, is very much just as important slice of that pie as the actual slice that has to do with the food that you eat, your diet, what you're consuming. So keep those things in mind. Now, always be detoxing, right? That's my motto. In the next video, I'm going to go into exactly how we begin to approach realistically detoxing close to all of the time. Living a detox lifestyle is really the answer. You have to focus and pattern your lifestyle around the subject of detoxification, and it gets easier. It becomes a lot easier to organize your Fibroid Freedom Action Plan, and to align your Fibroid Freedom Action Plan with the Always Be Detoxing 1L and 2Ls, right? But in order to do that, we are going to need to go into a very important subject that when I was dealing with fibroids and working on seeing success with shrinking them naturally, I had to learn about this topic intuitively, right? Had I not been actively comfortable with accessing and accepting and trusting my own intuition and my own inner compass on how to approach what a real plan to shrink fibroids would look like, I would have never seen the success that I saw. And so I'm inviting you to open up to yourself enough so that you can comfortably listen to yourself and go within and trust your inner guidance and your own inner communication. That inner dialogue that you're having will guide you to make this information that you're learning from me, make any information that you are learning about natural fibroid elimination, actually ring out to you for things that really resonate. Things will start to become a lot clearer. And because you have that trust in yourself that you're seeing or hearing about something for the second or third time that you don't know much about, but you keep hearing about a certain topic, for example. And that is the synchronicity of your womb, your higher self, the creator, the most high, actually kind of highlighting something that you may need to take note of, right? So I just want to also highlight that, because intuition is definitely a major sense a major sentience that has been actually minimized in modern living over here in the Western world. And I think partially I think that's partially one of the reasons that so many women here suffer from uterine fibroids, right? Because the womb is definitely related to reproduction, to fertility, to carrying, growing, conceiving these beautiful, healthy babies. But the womb is also overlooked and definitely under discussed in terms of our own communication, being a tool for communication and a tool for creation of things other than babies, right? The womb is actually another form of mindset. And there's a direct connection to your mind, to your outer world, that goes back to your womb and your womb speak. And depending on whether you are listening or even able to audibly hear the communication from your womb, will determine how successful your actions will be at any holistic plan, including natural fibroid elimination or reversing any sickness and disease, right? So just keep those things in mind, and I will be back for another video on the subject of detoxification. We must go into the detoxification strategies, right? The detoxification action plan. Why is that important? Where do you even begin with that, right? Sounds way more complicated than it really is. And I'll be back for part 2 to talk to you all about that. So make sure you subscribe. Now remember, for the new year, you can grab my entire course, which is actually a toolkit to educate you on the wealth of tools that I used from nature to support my own successful detoxification plan and natural fibroid elimination success. And that course is called the Fibroid Freedom Toolkit, Herbs and Supplements to Shrink Fibroids Naturally. That will be relaunched and reloaded. And that just basically means it will be the original course plus added bonus modules and content that will also supplement the information in the course with new information that I have discovered over the years, as well as more details that I have designed to help support you to see success at shrinking fibroids. And also, I like to do a little bit of tweaking on the course just because over the years, products have changed over the years, practices in farming and practices and patterns in how the world is functioning in certain areas of agriculture may change the type of herbs or may change the approach on how I may recommend using an herb. So the course will be updated and reloaded, and it will be available for purchase after January the 11th. Now, I do have a special deal that I'm running. And by the way, if you purchase the course previously, I already have the record if you have, by the way. So don't anybody be trying to reach out and be like, oh, I purchased it. No, I have everybody who's ever purchased the course. So nice try, but don't do that. If you have purchased the course previously in recent years, I will be adding you. You'll have access to the course again at no charge. So don't worry about that. And now if you are interested in buying the course, well, honey, do not wait for 2024 to get here, which is only in a few days. Make sure that you buy the course before 2024 because you're going to get it at a significant discount, right? I'm offering the course enrollment pre-sale for $397. If you wait until after 2024 gets here, the price was going to go up to upwards of $500, right? So make sure that you get in now. You don't want to wait until after. Now, when you buy the course, when you purchase it, remember these are pre-sale tickets. These are pre-sale spots. So you will not have access until after January 11th. That's when the doors for the course will open for everybody, whether you've already purchased it in the past or not, because we're still getting all of the information uploaded onto the new platform. And I want to make sure everything is ready for you. Make sure you take advantage of that sale, and I will be back tomorrow with part 2 to the detoxification series. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments. If you'd like to purchase that course and save your spot at the special promo rate before 2024, send me an email. I'll drop the email here, and let me know, and you'll need to buy that before the new year comes to save your spot. All right. There'll be a link at the bottom of this video where you can go and check out the course, the actual page for the course, and learn more about all the details of what is included in the Fibroid Freedom Toolkit as well. But one thing you need to remember, and one big takeaway about this course, is that it's the framework for how I supported detoxification as a lifestyle that helped me to see the fibroid fall out. Some other highlights that you'll learn about are included in this course. For example, a case study. When I first created this course and made it live, a woman bought the course and knew nothing about natural fibroid elimination. She was so excited because it has over 20 modules of content. 20 modules, 20 videos plus, right? And then of course I've added more, so I actually don't have the updated number. But this woman was so excited that she decided to run out and buy some products and just get started with some of the information. This information had to do with severe heavy bleeding and horrendous blood clots, anemia. And when I say severe heavy bleeding, I mean profuse. It was happening constantly, and it was happening every day. She didn't know how to get it to stop. She'd actually had, I think, 2 blood transfusions, and that cost like $15,000 each time. And so she was really looking for something. So she just went out and got started. She didn't even complete the course, y'all. She started with a couple of the strategies in the course on building a better period. That's one of the course modules. And she wrote to me that the bleeding was immediately stopped and her period immediately returned to normal. So that right there is exactly what happened to me, actually, when I discovered the strategies that I now train you on when you buy the course or when you're in private coaching with me. I still use them today. But that is one of the things that I am really excited to share with you once you're on the inside, because that is such a problem, right? The heavy bleeding, which leads to the anemia, which leads to the hair loss, which leads to the fatigue. It affects every area of our lives. And unfortunately, in some cases, it wasn't my case, but as I mentioned with the case study, in her case, it led to the blood transfusions. And that's just too much, right? Like having to get all these transfusions, and then the medical bills. So imagine going from spending $15,000, having to get these transfusions and who knows what else because of all of this anemia and other health problems that come along with the cycle of heavy bleeding and breakthrough bleeding. And here you buy this course, you only buy about 3-4 products, and you use them according to the instructions in the first part of the course. And that problem that cost you $30,000, that kept you in the hospital, that problem that had your hair falling out, that kept you from experiencing a full life because you couldn't keep up, because you were always short on breath, always tired and exhausted, is immediately gone within a few hours of utilizing those first few instructions in the course. That alone makes this course be priceless. So if you are serious about getting started, $397 to get into that course is literally a steal, and it'll be a game changer to you. But if you have any questions about that, make sure that you reach out to me. Email is here, and I'll be happy to get you, I'll be happy to answer those questions for you. All right. And also, if you would like more one-on-one personal coaching experience with me, feel free to book a 1-hour consultation. Those are $200 or $100 off for a limited time. And also, you can join my 90-day private fibroid coaching program. I'll be opening up spots for that in the new year. but that will only be a limited time. So the ability and the availability to join 90-day coaching used to be year-round, but I've got a few more things on my plate these days, and I won't be having those spots open year-round. So whenever you hear about me accepting clients, if you're interested, jump on that. Limited time, doors open and then doors will close again. I'm not sure when I will be accepting new clients, just to make sure that everybody gets the attention that they need, right? So I hope this video was helpful to you. Let me know where you're watching me from. I want to get more acquainted with my subscribers. Let me know what other topics you'd like to learn more about from me. And I will be back. My name is Cecily. This is Operation Fibroid Freedom. Peace.